Hi, this is Scott, Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee, and for today's video, we're back with yet another VX-6 Operator Series video. And for today's video, what we're going to be talking about is this button right here, the one that says P and also says DMR. So let's start off by talking about what this button does. The button does two completely different things. For a short press, the P actually signifies programmable. So you can program with a short press, you can program this button to do pretty much any function within the set menu, which is kind of interesting. I'll show you how to do that towards the end. But let's get to those three letters DMR because they don't mean what you think they mean. Now some of you probably already know this. I'm sure a lot of you do know this already. But it definitely does not stand for digital mobile radio. That term is in common use all over the place and signifies radios that are set up for that particular digital operating mode. Instead, what it stands for is direct memory recall. I want you to think in terms of this is almost like a separate band that will contain 10 memory channels that you can set up, and when you're in the DMR mode, you can cycle back and forth between those memories just by pressing any number from 0 to 9 on the keypad. So I currently have a couple of memory channels that are set up in the system, so let me show you how to get into this. If you long press the DMR button, it will take you into DMR mode. So you press for 2 seconds, and then you'll see that icon pop up in the upper left-hand corner that says DMR. Now the first thing that came up was TCRC1. That is DMR recall channel 1. If I press 2, it takes me to TCRC2, and then of course 1 takes me back there. So you can have 10 presets set up here so that you can go back and forth from priority channels. Really think in terms of it being a bank that is very quick to access, and you can and what I use it for actually is I have the club repeaters in here and I bounce back and forth. So TCRC 1 and 2 I go to all the time, so I can long press that and jump into there and I can bounce back and forth. Now I will tell you, turning the channel control knob on is going to be mildly disappointing, because the second you turn that channel control knob, it takes you into VFO mode, which is kind of an odd deal, but it does start from 146880, which is the actual frequency, the receive frequency for that particular repeater. So when you go into, and again, let's go back to that. So TCRC or TCRC1, like I said, the receive frequency is 146880. So if you wanted to VFO off of that, to either fine tune it, or you could use this with simplex channels as well and have a priority simplex channel and go up and down 1 or 2. There's a lot of creative ways you can utilize this, but like I said, 146880, 885, 890, etc. I go into 2, and from here, this is TCRC2 is our 1.25 meter repeater for the Tulare County Amateur Radio Club. And like I said, the second you turn that channel control knob, you VFO right off of that starting frequency, which is 223880. So let's go back there, and to exit out of DMR mode, you just simply long press again, and it takes you back to memory mode. Now let me show you how to put a channel or memory channel in there. So this can be, you can do this from VFO, you can also do this from any of your programmed memory channels. So let's put TCRC3 in there. So all you need to do to add this to the DMR system is just from any point, any selection, like I said, either VFO, memory mode, or home channel, just simply long press the number key that you want in the direct memory recall. So in this case, we're going to long press 3 and hold that down, and then you see DMR channel right there. So at this point, let's go back here to TCRC1. Let's go into DMR mode, long press, and we're in DMR mode. So it took us to our most recent channel that we added, but I have 1, 2, and 3, just like that. So from DMR mode, I can use the front panel and just bounce back and forth between those 3 memory channels. Kind of a useful, cool little setup to have. And you can go in and overwrite these at any point. So let's exit out of this, and let's overwrite TCRC3 with Para 1. So let's long press that. DMR channel. So let's go ahead and go into DMR and see what we got. So from DMR mode, I did have TCRC 1, 2, and 3, so now it should be TCRC 1, 2, and then para 1. So we have 1, 2, and para 1. So pretty quick to overwrite it, and pretty quick to get in and out of it. So it's a, like I said, it's a handy, cool little system to have, and kind of a neat little feature that a lot of people either aren't aware of or haven't exploited yet. So there you go. That's the whole purpose of this series. So let's exit out of this. And I want to show you something else that's kind of interesting here. So let's say that I want to set up the programmable key, because remember I told you at the beginning, so long press gets you into DMR, so short press, what they've left you is an available programmable key. So a long press on DMR gets you in the DMR system, but as with all of these, most of these HTs out there, the front panel, they have two functions, long press and short press for most of their keys. So in this case, we want to do something with the short press on that. So in order to set something up for the programmable key, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my set mode and I'm going to press FW and 0. And what I want to set up for my short press is DC voltage, so that anytime I want to check the DC voltage on my radio, I can just short press that P key and then it's going to give it to me, okay? So I navigate through the set menu, and it can be anything you want. You could have your CW training program in there, but I want DC voltage. So what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and long press that P key. And there you go, programmed key. So let's exit out of that. And if I short press that P key, what it should do is give me my DC voltage. So I short press, DC voltage, short press again, and exit. So anytime I want to check my DC voltage, I can just short press and then short press to exit out, and you're good to go. So that's your PDMR keys in a nutshell, all wrapped up in a bow. But yet another cool, interesting little feature of the Yaesu VX-6. So with that, I will bring it to a close. Thank you for watching and or listening. This is Scott, Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee from Visalia, California. Have a wonderful day.